everything begins in silence, just like the first ray of sunlight touching the horizon, announcing a new day. Discipline, like the sun, appears almost imperceptibly, but its presence is constant. It shapes the landscape of life, guiding us like the wind, which, though unseen, carves mountains and directs the leaves. Prosperity, success, love. None of this happens by chance. There's a hidden force that sustains these achievements, and that force is discipline. Just as nature follows a rhythm, relationships also need a solid and consistent foundation to flourish. Without discipline, even the most beautiful garden can be overtaken by weeds. In relationships, this is even truer. Small, daily gestures, almost invisible, are what shape the depth of a connection. It's not the grand gestures that build love, but the small acts repeated with care and intention. Just like a bird returning to the same nest, we too need consistency. Discipline in relationships is the invisible push that creates fluidity, sustains growth, and nurtures prosperity. Imagine a drop of water falling incessantly on a rock. At first, it seems like nothing is happening, but over time, that small drop transforms the solid rock, shaping it and leaving deep marks. Discipline works similarly. Sometimes its effects are subtle, almost imperceptible, but with time, it transforms what seemed unchangeable. In relationships, discipline is like that drop of water. It's not the grand gestures that build a strong foundation, but the small daily choices, the loving good morning, the act of listening attentively, the respect in moments of silence. These repeated actions are what build the foundation for a lasting relationship. Just as water finds its way through rocks, discipline creates paths to prosperity in relationships. Without it, we would be lost in the dry terrain of inconsistency. With it, we create a continuous flow of growth and harmony. When we learn to water this field with patience, love sprouts naturally, without hurry, but with deep roots. Relationships are like trees that need deep roots and constant care. Every disciplined gesture is like a seed planted. At first, these seeds may seem invisible, buried in the soil, but with time, they flourish, giving life to something bigger. Discipline in love isn't about control or rigidity, but about caring for the details. Just like a plant that needs water and light, relationships require constant attention. It's the small daily actions that make a difference. The gentle touch, the respect in words, the patience in challenging moments. There are no shortcuts to prosperity in relationships. It is the fruit of time, dedication, and commitment. Those who cultivate their relationships with discipline know that the fruits will come. And those fruits aren't just love, but mutual understanding, trust, and the peace that blooms in an environment where constant care is a priority. Just as the seasons follow a cycle, discipline in relationships also has a rhythm. There are moments of spring, where everything blooms easily. And there are moments of winter, where the cold of distance or challenges seems to freeze the connection. But it's in this natural cycle that discipline proves its worth. During the winter, trees don't grow visibly, but their roots continue to strengthen. In the same way, relationships, during difficult times, need discipline to survive. It's what keeps the roots firm, even when the environment around them seems hostile. Those who understand the cycle of life know that seasons change. Winter may be tough, but spring always returns. Discipline helps us navigate these cycles with patience, knowing that what we plant today will reflect in the future. Maintaining discipline in calm moments seems easy, like sailing in calm waters. But the real test comes when the storms arrive, when the waves stir and the winds blow against us. It's in these moments that consistency becomes the lighthouse guiding us through chaos. In relationships, there are inevitable challenges, arguments, misunderstandings, external pressures. And when these moments come, it's easy to let go of discipline, to act impulsively, or to react in the heat of the moment. But true prosperity arises when we keep our anchor steady, when we choose to continue cultivating respect, love, and patience, even in the stormiest days. After the storm, the sky clears and clarity returns. Those who manage to maintain discipline during tough times reap the fruits of a deeper, stronger connection. The prosperity that comes after overcoming challenges is even more beautiful because it's earned through resilience and constant commitment. True prosperity isn't measured solely by material achievements or big moments of joy. It's the silent fruit of discipline. Just like a gardener who, day after day, tends to his plants, prosperity in relationships arises from constant care and daily actions. When discipline is well cultivated, the soil becomes fertile for something bigger. What we plant today reflects in future harvests. The prosperity that grows from a relationship isn't just a superficial connection, but a depth that brings peace and balance. It's like a garden that, after patience and care, blooms in abundance. The seeds we water with care turn into fruits of trust, respect, and harmony. And just as in the natural cycle of life, discipline assures us that what was planted with dedication will become a prosperous harvest. When discipline is present, flow happens naturally. Just like a river running freely, because it has banks that guide it, relationships can only flow when there is structure and direction. Without discipline, this flow is lost, and what should be light becomes disorder. Flow isn't the absence of challenges, but the ability to navigate them with grace and serenity. Discipline is what allows us to act with clarity in difficult moments, giving us the foundation for growth to happen continuously and harmoniously. In relationships, discipline brings this lightness. It allows interactions to be smoother, difficulties to be faced with wisdom, and love to flow without barriers. Like a dance between two people, discipline is the rhythm that ensures the movement is harmonious and fluid. At the heart of every relationship lies a spiritual dimension. Discipline, when guided by spirituality, becomes an even more powerful force. It's not just an external practice, but a deep connection with what is sacred within us and in the other. Just like the sun that rises and sets every day, bringing light and warmth to the earth, spiritual discipline in relationships is that constant light. It illuminates the path, bringing clarity and life, even in moments of darkness. It's not about perfection, but about a constant commitment to growth and care. In relationships, spiritual discipline helps us see the other with more depth. It guides us to act with respect, patience, and love, even when challenges arise. And just as the sun nourishes life, discipline nourishes connection, allowing it to flourish in prosperity and balance. Everything that happens within us reflects in the world around us. The internal balance created by discipline manifests in our interactions, our gestures, and our words. When we are at peace internally, that serenity overflows into our relationships. Just like the reflection of a tree in a calm lake, what we cultivate within us reflects on the outside. If our internal roots are strong, if there is discipline and balance, the reflection will be clear and harmonious. If there is confusion, the reflection will be cloudy and uncertain. Discipline helps us create that balance. By taking care of our emotions and thoughts, we create internal harmony, and that harmony shows in our relationships. What we are reflects in what we live, and what we live reflects in the people we love. Discipline isn't a burden, but a force that guides us to true freedom. It transforms not only our relationships, but also ourselves. Every small disciplined gesture is a reflection of our dedication to what truly matters. And so we come to the next step. In the last video we published, The Reflection of Your Prosperity, we explored how choices and actions shape the reflection of our lives. If you haven't watched it yet, now is the perfect time to reflect on how the discipline we cultivate internally manifests externally. After all, everything we see on the outside is a reflection of what we carry within.